How's it going, guys? How's it going? Kathleen here. Welcome to my channel, Mama Grows, where we talk about gardening and animals in the suburbs. Along those lines, self-sufficiency, earth-friendliness. I'm trying to learn healthy cooking and healthy living, but it's murky water trying to sort through it all. So today we are going to I found my rake. My friend Lorella at Not a Farm Girl, an Adventure. I'm butchering your name. It's a long name. I'll put it out. She invited me to join a collaboration, Dear Younger Self. Dear Younger Homesteader, Dear Younger Me. If I could go back and tell myself something that I've learned now for then, so that what could you teach yourself to maybe give some less heartache? The garden. Okay, when we moved here, I was so anxious to get my garden going. There was this teeny little corner over there, garden. It had rhubarb and chives, and that was it. But we moved in the fall, so it was empty. But I was so excited that I was so excited to do a garden, guys. I blew through this area. I made it so much bigger, and I just kept trying to go bigger and bigger and bigger, when what I should have been doing is watching how the sun moved on the property. I should have been observing the land for a season. See, there's some tall trees over here and tall homes and my house. So, sun comes up over there, makes its way, and then we get full sun sometime in the middle of the day. And it keeps going, and then it starts going down and we get less and less sun. So especially in the shoulder seasons, very hard to get full sun over here for more than a handful hours of a day, right? Sunlight, not temperature, is what makes things grow. What's another reason why I wouldn't have put my perfect garden here? Well, that's the kitchen window. I could have put my nice little playground here for the little kids. We had a swing set, it broke. I'd love to have a little sandbox for the kids to play in. So while I'm doing my chores, I could peek at my kids at the same time. Yes, it is nice to peek up and be able to see the chickens when they're over there, or see the rabbits when they're over there. See how things grow, that would be nice. And I'm still learning. And you know, there might not be a perfect garden site when you're in the burbs. You just do the best you can. But I'm thinking this area that's full of my crap would have been a really good place for a garden. It's early February. You can see where we get sun and where we don't get sun. Sun, no sun. Sun, no sun. South, I can plant along here. I got goals to do that right now, but we got some stupid chickens that are out. Stupid chicken. Stupid chickens. Dear younger me, I would say, and I'm still learning this, I would say you can't have chickens and a garden at the same time. They get out and in a matter of hours destroy everything. So, need to renovate some of this. Now, the next garden that is going in, that's the kitchen garden. This is the crop garden. You guys better run. You better run! That was fun. So here we have a tarp. And come this spring, it'll be on here for a year. Dear younger me, don't take that tarp off. you leave it on. 2 years would be better with all the bindweed we have on this property. But I took it off late summer, reuse the tarp in a different capacity. The bindweed started coming back up. And because this is just a billboard tarp, there is light getting through. And you know what? I don't even know how we got the holes. So even this would have been a better spot for the original garden than over there, because as you'll see behind me, no large trees, no large trees, no large houses, no large houses. So yeah, I could go all the way into that corner with garden, and then eventually it'll get shaded out, but then all of this still gets a lot of good sunlight. Dear younger me, watch how the sun works on your property. Now, the second word of advice I give to my younger self regarding the garden, and I don't know, that advice is still a little fuzzy in my brain. Boxes or no boxes, raised beds or no raised beds. These nice cedar, or are they redwood, rot resistant boxes cost $100 to put in. $100 in wood, and then I had a work party for my birthday. Had the family come over, help install them. Boxes are great for keeping kids out, keeping kids and animals out of where you want them planted. I don't know if it's the right thing in my climate. With the dry summers, no rain, you want to go down, not up. So, hotbeds, I guess, I don't know, what do you call this? A hugelkultur pallet bed dries out really fast. This one, all of the small organic material was shredded by these guys, just gone. So you see I've got all the big stuff that's left over. All the leaves are gone, the compost is gone, the horse manure I brought in, gone. What remains is crappy ornamental stuff, rose bushes. So what can I go back and tell myself? Don't put the boxes in. It's really great for keeping kids out of where they need to not be, right? But I have this newfangled garden contraption that I'm really excited about using in the garage. And you can't, it doesn't work ideally with boxes. So we see that some people in the YouTube world have taken out their boxes that live in a Western climate. I've just got more to learn when it comes to gardening in a desert. Can you ever learn enough? Okay, let's talk about fruit trees. Dear younger self, prune your fruit trees. Younger self, you will not get a better harvest if you ignore your trees. It will be more work, your fruit will be smaller, and your tree will die. Let's see if we can find it in here. That was the prettiest peach tree ever. But I chose not to prune it because I wanted it big. I wanted as much fruit as I could have, and it killed it. After a couple years, each branch would start dying. You know? So, prune those fruit trees, guys. Prune them. I've got my last thing that I would tell my younger self, which is, how do I put this? Buy the best quality you can with what you have available. Now, I have a hard time taking money from our family bank account to do my hobby. Yes, this isn't my hobby. I don't save us money doing this. It costs more money to do this. This plastic on here, on this pallet greenhouse that I made, Sure, it's nice and flexible now. By the end of spring and the beginning of, well, the end of May, this stuff will start cracking and falling off. Painter's plastic is not greenhouse plastic. Dear younger me, please do not spend $100 on a roll of painter's plastic for your greenhouse. Please, please order it online if it's not available to you. Wait for it to come in. You spent all the time researching, going to classes on greenhouses, designing the greenhouse. You spent all that time taking apart those giant pallets. You spent all that time framing this thing up and building it just to put cheap plastic on it that falls apart in less than 6 months. So every 6 months I take all the plastic off, and every winter I put new plastic back on. Now that roll of plastic did last 3 winters, you know, because it was big enough. This year I upgraded to the hard plastic, but if I could tell myself to do it over again, pay for quality the first time. If I had gotten greenhouse plastic the first time, I wouldn't have had to upgrade to the hard plastic. Now, oh my. Get off your brother! What can I tell you about animals? Dear younger self, and I'm still guilty of this, I did it like 3 weeks ago. Stop getting free animals. I have not been offered a free donkey like Jess at Roots and Refuge. That would be hard to pass up. A mini donkey is my dream animal. So yeah, here I have a mistake animal. That is a $60 rabbit, and she is worth it. This is an $11 rabbit. She ain't worth it. Pay the quality for animals, and it will repay you, in my experience. Going along with that, dear younger self, please stop bringing home free animals. As much as I want my homestead, it causes more problems. That free Peking duck was noisy. Those free roosters were noisy. And it caused strain in the relationship. Oh, they just keep coming to me. Okay, dear younger self, do not ask for forgiveness. Ask for permission to bring home animals. This is our 3rd round of chickens. Usually I got rid of them after I had a baby and I tank mentally. So 3rd round, I had permission to get these guys. This was a these chickens, they're not just workers, fertilizers, they're not just egg machines, although I don't know where the eggs are because they're free range right now, so I don't know where their eggs are. These chickens to me were a healing block, a healing thing in my marriage with my husband, the non-homesteader. He didn't understand what it meant to me. So when I had brought home chickens twice before, 2 or 3 times before, without asking permission, this is a joint operation, him and I. He lives here as much as I live here. This is his investment in property and house and property as much as it is mine. So by mutually agreeing upon yes chickens and the number of chickens, I would have been like 16. He's like, how about 5? So somehow we came upon 8 or 9. So don't ask, dear younger self, for forgiveness. Ask for permission. But it's still okay to bring goats in if he goes on a business trip. Well guys, I can't remember how many reasons I put together, how many things I would tell my younger self to learn from, to avoid heartache, to maybe not have as much work, not have as much wasted money. Those are my reasons. I'm excited to look at all of the other cool channels in this collaboration and see what they would tell their younger self. So much we can learn from each other, and that's where YouTube is so helpful, and the homesteaders on YouTube are so helpful that we can learn from each other so we don't make those mistakes. Well guys, make sure you check out Lorella, Not a Farm Girl. What is she gonna have to say? What would she tell her younger homesteader self? Okay, make sure you grow something today, even if it's yourself.